70% of women report having digestive issues related to their cycle. I've seen this pattern so often in my clients, and I've been through it myself. In Chinese medicine, the spleen is responsible for transforming your food into blood, which directly nourishes your hormones and your menstrual flow. If it's weak, digestion, your cycles, your fertility can all suffer. So in today's yin yoga practice, we'll focus on nourishing the spleen system by using yin postures that focus on the spleen and stomach meridians. And this will help ground your energy, strengthen your digestion, nourish your blood, and stabilize your cycle. This practice will help recharge your system, calming fatigue, reducing bloating, and creating more hormonal balance. If you're new here, my name is Jillian. I share Meridian yoga and holistic practices. So if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe so you can continue to receive the new practices I'm sharing every week here. And if you want to bring these teachings into your daily life, use my free 5-element self-nourishment guide. I'll have that linked in the description. Let me know in the comments how this practice feels for you. I'd love to hear from you. All right, let's get into the practice. Well, you want to have a meditation cushion to sit on, or sit on a small cushion. I'm seated up on one right now, and have another small cushion on hand. And if you need more props along the way, you can pause the video and get what you need. I'll give you different options throughout the practice. Once you're ready with your props, just begin sitting comfortably seated and have your hips propped up. So you can have your spine supported. It's just easier to sit upright with your shoulders, your ribs stacked over your hips. You can let your palms face up, just to allow some more space through the chest, ease through the arms. Let your eyes close, and we'll take a couple moments here to ground in, begin to center. And feeling your weight release down into the cushion. So relaxing through your pelvic floor. Relaxing through your belly. And this is something to feel into if you're chronically holding in your belly, your pelvic floor, that it can be even worse through menstruation, or through menstruation using postures to help you release that holding, so you can release the tension and so the blood can move out with more ease. And feel your breath resting into your belly. It's without forcing the breath to move anywhere in particular, just letting the breath move more with the diaphragm. And using the breath as a way to soften through the pelvic bowl. Consciously relaxing around the tailbone, through the lower back, softening around and between the sit bones, and relaxing around the pubic bone. Relaxing down through the groin, through the inner thighs, where the spleen channel runs. And now you can bring your feet together, keeping the knees out wide. And you can stay seated up on your cushion. If you want extra support here, especially if you feel tender, you can use the cushions under your knees to have more support for your inner thighs. And we're going to begin to fold forward here. being gentle with yourself. Now, if this is tender underneath your feet, which it is for me right now, you can have a blanket folded up. If you have your yoga mat, you can fold that up underneath your feet for extra support. Use a towel, a sweater. So I'm DIYing this, I'm using a stocking hat. And that makes a huge difference. So we're using props to help us be comfortable. And when we're working with the spleen, it's to be motherly with ourselves and be nourishing with ourselves. We want to be soft so everything can move with more ease. And you're continuing to let your breath move into your belly. So you're using your breath to massage the pelvic organs, the muscles through the pelvis. And if you want to come down all the way onto your forearms, you can come down. You can bring your forehead all the way down onto a cushion if you have that kind of opening. And as you feel an opening through your lower back, your thighs, the pelvic floor, this is a great posture to open specifically through the pelvic floor. Let the shoulders, the chest soften, relax through your jaw. And continue to massage your pelvis with your breath. And you're not only massaging through the pelvis and the pelvic floor, you're massaging your organs, your digestive system. And if you want to let the weight of your head release down, you can take that option. Perhaps creating more of a release through the back body. Letting go of any stress that's held in your body through the back in particular. And perhaps as you open up through the pelvis, the lower back, the belly, more length can come into your spine. More ease in your breath. And you can bring your head up and walk yourself up. Take a couple moments here, feeling that length and ease move up through the spine, through the neck, out through the crown of the head. And now you can take any of your props out to the side. And let's come into a deer position through the legs, starting on the right side. So taking your right thigh straight out from your hip by a 90-degree angle in that knee, and taking your left leg straight out to the side, and having about a 90-degree angle in that knee, and the outside of the foot facing up. And now we're going to begin to walk the hands back for a variation of this posture. Feeling into the inside line of the left leg, very obviously. And with the foot this way, we're getting into the entire spleen channel, running through the inside of the left foot, up through the inside the leg, and all the way up into the abdomen. And feeling how much you can relax here, how much you can soften. Letting your breath ease into the belly. And noticing if you can relax more through your upper body, your face, your throat. Now, if you aren't back on your forearms, you obviously don't have to be. And if you have the opening to be all the way on your back, of course you can take it that far. It's a very different kind of opening than we typically get into practicing yoga, or at least for me. There's a few more breaths. If you're on your back or your forearms, you can come up onto your hands and walk yourself up. Now we're going to fold the left leg in, having the foot flat onto the floor, and take your right leg out long. So the legs are straight out from the hips. And here we're going to get into the stomach channel, running through the front of your left leg, more in particular. So we don't want the foot out to the side because that changes the opening. And the more we have the knees lined out from the hips, the more we're getting into the stomach channel. If it's difficult to sit here, you feel too much pressure through the front of your left leg, you can use one of your cushions and sit on the cushion underneath both of your sit bones, or take it underneath the right hip to help you balance the pelvis. And from here, you can begin to walk your hands back. First, just feel into the opening that provides for you. Perhaps you want to come onto your forearms. And if you feel comfortable, you can come all the way onto your back. So wherever you are with this, be gentle with yourself. You want to be able to breathe with ease. You want to be able to relax. Notice if you can let your breath slow down. And again, move through the abdomen. So we're massaging the digestive system with the breath. We're massaging the muscles of the pelvis with the breath. And we're easing into the parasympathetic nervous system to help heal all of the systems of our body, and the hormonal system, of course, as well. And if you ever begin to feel too much compression through your lower back, you can always have your right foot onto the floor and the knee bent and press into that foot a bit to help balance out the pelvis, take some compression out of your lower back. And once again, feel that you can relax through your chest, through your shoulders, letting them rest down into gravity, relaxing down through the arms, now, if you're on your back, you can press your left hand into your heel to get the elbow into the floor, and then come up, walk your hands up. Bend through your right knee, bringing that foot flat onto the ground. And if it's comfortable for your left knee, you're just going to take your weight forward, bring your hands down, and bringing your left knee back. So we're going to come into a low lunge position. And you can have your back toes tucked at first to support you. And first, let's just come up and take the hands onto the hips. So we're focused more through the front of the left leg, up through the front of the hip, focused on the stomach and spleen channel here. Can still feel it up through the inner thigh. And then you can take your left hand down and let your hips relax toward the floor. If they move a bit to the side, that's fine. Feeling into the front of the left side of your body, wherever you feel that. And so even though we're using the arm to be propped up, still notice if you can relax into that support, like you're perched up onto your hand, your arm, the shoulders stacked over the wrist. So you don't really have to use too much effort through the upper body. So you can soften through the chest, through the shoulders. And lean into this opening through the front of your left hip. Maybe you feel it up into the belly, the waist, down through the front of your left thigh. I just have the right arm rested onto the right leg, but you can have that hand wherever you want to help support you. And now you can press down into your right foot to take your weight back. Let's fold in through the left leg to come back to sit. And come back into this Baddha Konasana with the feet together, the knees out wide. This time we aren't seated on a cushion. To feel the difference as you fold forward here. There isn't as much weight into the feet. It might be more difficult for you to fold forward without that help of the cushion underneath the hips. And if you feel a little more ease in this posture this time, or not. Breathing into the pelvis, softening through the belly, through the pelvic floor. Softening through the chest, through the shoulders. And you can come up. And we'll do the sequence on the other side. So take your left thigh straight out from your hip. And bring your right thigh out to the side from the hip. And the inside of the right foot is facing down. There's about a 90-degree angle in that knee, about a 90-degree angle in your front knee. And from here, you can begin to take your weight back. So of course, you can stay up on your hands and just bend through the elbows, controlling your weight in that way. You can come onto your forearms. You can come onto your back if you have that kind of opening. And feeling how much you can trust this opening and relax into it. Really deep internal rotation through the leg. Feeling through the inside of the right foot. Perhaps all the way up through the inside of the right leg, the right thigh, into the belly. And using your breath to support this opening, letting your breath be slow and smooth. If you're lying down or on your forearms, come up onto your hands. Walk yourself up. Take your left leg out long and bring your right foot so it's to the outside of your right hip. Balance the weight out between your hips with your knees lined out from your hips. This side may be different from the other one. So if you want to sit on a cushion underneath both hips or just through your left hip, so your weight can be balanced through the pelvis. Whatever support you need, use that support. And then you can begin to take your weight back. You can stay on your hands. You can always bend through your left knee, have this foot to the floor, and use that to help support you and help balance the weight through your hips as well. You can come onto your back if you have that available to you. The main thing is that we're focused on the stomach channel here, running up from the inside of the second and third toes, up through the front of the foot, the front of the ankle, through the front of the leg, all the way up through the front of the body, through the front of the neck, up to under the eyes. And you're feeling into that connection. And letting the stomach itself relax. So the ribs can relax, and then the abdomen can relax more in general. And you can still massage the abdominal organs, the pelvic organs, the muscles through the abdomen and pelvis with your breath. And again, if this ever feels like too much compression for your lower back, use your left foot to support you, bending through that knee, or back off a little bit. With yin, we want to be gentle. It can be intense and be gentle at the same time. And especially with this focus on the spleen system and helping balance our hormonal system and our menstrual cycle, we want to be kind, motherly, nurturing, receptive to our bodies, embracing them where they are right now. Now, if you're on your back, you can press your right hand into your right heel to come up onto your forearms. From there, walk up onto your hands. Fold through your left knee, bring the foot flat to the floor. And if it's comfortable for your right knee, you can take your weight over into your right leg. Get your hands onto your mat or rug and step your right foot between your hands. From here, let's come up, taking the hands onto the hips. You can keep the back toes tucked if that helps you stabilize. First, just feeling into this opening through the front of your right thigh, into the front of your right hip, perhaps all the way up through the right side of the abdomen. And here we're lifting up through the belly to create more length and opening through the front body. And then from here, you can bring your right hand down. You can release the toes if they aren't already. And you can rest your left arm onto your leg or bring the hand down to the floor if that's more comfortable for you. And let your hips release down. So feeling into the front of your right hip, that may be obvious. And again, feeling if you can just be perched up on your right arm. So you don't have to use the muscles of your arm to hold you up. And the chest can still remain open. The shoulders can be relaxed into the back. Letting the breath move more into the right side of the body. And now you can lengthen through your front leg. Let's bring the left hand down and bring the left knee back. Come into a tabletop. And just take any movement that feels good for you. So you can lengthen out through one leg at a time. You can move through cats and cows. You can circle through the spine, circle through the pelvis, through the neck. And now let's come to sit, taking the legs out wide. And let's sit on the cushion. Unless you're really open through your inner thighs to create more of a hinge at the hips. Feeling that your knees and toes can face up to the ceiling. And you can take your fingers and wrap them to the back of your thighs. So your thumbs are toward the inside of your thighs. It's helping this external rotation of your hips as you begin to fold forward. So you're grounding down through the pelvis, stable through the pelvis. The knees and toes continue facing up as the weight of the torso moves out. And then you can walk your hands out. You can stay up on your hands. You can come down to your forearms. You can bring your forehead down to the floor or down onto a cushion. And first, feeling your breath expand down into the pelvic floor on your inhales. And feel the breath release and move up on the exhales. So feeling this deep opening through the spleen channel running through the inner thighs. And really, as we're opening this deeply through the inner thighs, we're also getting into the liver and kidney channels. And all three of them work together in supporting hormonal balance, healthy menstrual cycles and fertility, and all of the things that are required for a healthy menstrual cycle, so we don't have to live with so many symptoms of imbalance. It's not inherent in being a woman to have all of these imbalances, meaning we don't have to. Or as we go through hormonal changes, it isn't automatic that we have symptoms. They become more prevalent in our modern world because of the high stress levels that we're typically living with, amongst other things in our world. And so this is one way to support our hormonal system. In this way, working with the spleen and stomach channels. And I have another practice where we focus on liver and kidney channels. I'll share that at the end of this video, so you can use them as a pair, your yin yoga, to support your hormonal cycle. And as you're ready, you can walk your hands up, fold through your knees, bring the feet in, and just shake it out. For the next posture, we'll do a supported bridge. If you're menstruating, you won't want to take this posture. Instead, if you're menstruating right now, you can come into a Supta Baddha Konasana. So taking your feet together, your knees out wide, and you can come to lie on your back. You can use a cushion under your chest if you want more support. Otherwise, you can rest here to let the pelvic organs, muscles relax here. Our last posture, I want us to come into a supported bridge. So you can have both of your cushions handy. If you have a block, you can use a block as well. We're going to come onto our backs with the knees bent, the feet hip width apart. And you can press into your feet to bring a cushion under your back and come down onto the cushion. Now, if you want more support than that, you can lift up again and bring a second cushion under your back. Can feel really nice. And once you're set up, let yourself begin to settle in, your eyes close. Just feeling this gentle opening through the belly, maybe through the pelvis. And again, letting your breath move all the way into the pelvis, the pelvic floor, the lower abdomen. These tissues, organs, muscles that can get quite tense through menstruation if there's blockage in the cycle. And there can be different reasons for that. One can be we need to nourish the spleen more, nourish our blood itself. Now, if you're in bridge, you can press down into your feet to take your weight off of your cushion or cushions. Take the cushions out to the side to make your way into Shavasana. And if you feel tender through your belly or you want more support, you can use your cushions under your knees. It creates a nice release through the belly. And just feeling that you can be relaxed through your inner thighs, down through your legs. It can create more ease through your neck. And no matter how you're resting in Shavasana, it's feeling the fruit of your labor in this practice, perhaps more ease in your belly, in your reproductive organs, through the pelvic floor. Down through the inside line of your leg. Or through your entire front body. By nourishing your spleen system, you're not only supporting your digestion, but also the blood and hormonal balance that steadies your cycle and your energy in general. If you'd like to bring these teachings into your daily life, download my free 5-element self-nourishment guide. It's full of simple grounding rituals that you can use at any time. You'll find that in the description below. And if you enjoyed this practice, be sure to subscribe so you can join me every week for more yoga and holistic tools. And if you want more support for your spleen and your hormonal system in particular, you can use the yin yoga and food and herbs videos that are up on your screen right now and linked in the description. Let me know how this practice felt for you in the comments and anything that you're working through with your hormone balance and your digestion. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks so much for taking this time to practice with me and to be present with yourself. I'll see you in the next video.